How are
This meeting is being recorded.
Hello, Eric. Nice to see you again. You probably don't remember, but we met in Sydney when you were here.
Really?
Wow. Was that an
Because
autograph convention? Ask him.
it was Eliza came and introduced us, and it was backstage. We sat in a room by ourselves for a little while and had a chat when you were in
I
Sydney.
do remember that. Yeah. Yeah. Hi.
Hi, mate. You're looking good. You look very well.
I had nothing to do with it.
Well, thank you very much for joining me under the circumstances, especially.
Of course. Of course. Everybody's freaking out of our mouths. So if I get yelled at, it's your fault. I'm going to point at you. Okay.
Blame the guy in Down Under.
Right.
Well, let's start with the surprise visit. One of your new movies is Surprise Visit. Now, I'm pretty sure you get dozens of scripts a day or a week. How did you choose this one? What stood out with the Surprise Visit?
I've got readers and they read scripts for me. And
Yep.
the ones they like, they put synopsises of on my desk. I read the synopsis. If I like it, I then read the script.
Yep.
If I get the script, I tell my wife, look, this deal, I want to make this movie. And that's how we do it. And we're lucky enough, and they make movies fast enough now that we're on a set almost every day.
That's amazing. And do you still go from set to set and play this like different roles in the same day?
Well, we try not to do that, but I have done that. I've done that actually many times, but only once, 3 times in one day, one time. Remember that?
Oh boy.
I remember I did the driving.
Yeah. I did the driving. Yeah. No, yeah. But you know, my wife asked me in 1993 if I could do one thing every day of my life, what would it be? I said, I'd be on a movie set. She goes, well, that's not going to happen. But then when they took film and we got digital and everything got so much faster, like 30 times faster, like really fast.
Sure.
You know, everybody owned a camera, everybody was a studio, everybody was making a movie, and everybody started calling me. So I started showing up.
Well, in the Surprise Visit, your character's name is Hugh. He's a bit of a complex character. Was it fun to play him though?
It's always fun to play guys who have come full circle. He's a reformed alcoholic. Reformed.
Yeah.
What a word for alcoholic.
In
Anyway.
recovery.
Yeah, he's an alcoholic in recovery. And
Yep.
he's basically an okay guy. He has issues, you know, like we all do. And his son and he are a little tense, you know, this year, but they'll be fine. And it's just a cool story because I'm just around the story. The actual story is about a robbery that goes wrong, and somebody dies.
Yep. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, somebody dies.
But it's a really good role for you because you can branch out. You're working with a young team, a young cast. What was it like to bounce off them? Jackie and Sarah in particular were very good.
It was all energy. It was such a good set. Everybody was happy. Everybody was cool. Everybody was talented. It was a real pleasure. Yeah.
And in Virginia, so they were like, the location was all authentic.
We shot this on the coolest estate I've ever seen in my life, and I've been to some cool places. This was the coolest. It went back. I think the estate went back to the 1600s, and it was huge and beautiful. Obviously, they still had money.
Yeah, of course. And anytime you're in a movie, do you change your acting if you're like outside in natural locations as opposed to a Hollywood set? Or is it just the same Eric Roberts always turning up for work?
Well, it all depends on who I'm playing. And because people are different when they're outside than they are when they're inside. You know, people are different when they're cold than when they're hot. And also people don't always act the same. So all depending on who I'm playing. Hugh was your standard kind of American guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't a bad guy either. I've got to say that because, you know, you play a few bad guys in your time, but this guy's nice. I liked him and I like you as a person. So you fit the role.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Is Star 80 still one of your all-time favorite roles, or has something surpassed that?
That was never one of my favorite roles. That was one of my favorite experiences because of how hard it was, and because
Sure.
I had very distinct boundaries in how I played that part, because he was a real person. He did real things. There was real history.
Yeah.
I could not improvise, and so he was very difficult. He was frightening to play because he did a horrible thing in the end result, and yet I had to play him not knowing it was horrible. So that wasn't fun. But I had a really cool leader.
No.
I had Bassett.
Oh, wow. What a legend.
It's a life's education all by itself. And
Sure.
he took very good care of me. And I'm not humble, but I owe that performance to him. I do.
Well, that's nice of you to say that about your director, because he's a legend, but he obviously got a damn good role out of you. You haven't looked back since.
No, thank you very much.
Now, I know you're good friends with Mickey Rourke. Now, you've been in a few movies with Mickey, and I think he's great. He's wonderful, always been on top of my list. Tell me about Mickey. What's Mickey like as a person? I know you first worked with him on the Pope of Greenwich Village.
He's a huge pain in the ass, but he's a lovable pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And he also has this, what he used to have, this very nice high voice and very like, I don't know, Ace, like, should I do that? And he's so lovable. But Mickey was always late, never prepared, but always incredible. And you depend on Mickey to always be good.
Yeah,
And,
like you.
And we also made a movie together called Spun. I want you to see if you haven't.
I have seen it.
Spun. Oh man, his performance. Oh, what's that movie that I love so much? Barfly. Have you seen that one?
Oh, of course.
Oh my
Barfly's
God,
incredible.
what a performance, dude. But yeah, but he's a huge pain in the ass.
Well, you mentioned Spun. I mean, you have like a cameo, a small role, and you're sitting on a bed. You're being very flamboyant. That was fun. You looked like you were having a lot of fun that day.
I did. When I was offered that role, it was a Swedish director, and he said, Eric, I love your body. I want you to start off. I want you surrounded by girls and all this, because I said, you know what? That's been done. Even I've done that. Let's go opposite. Let me be a screaming queen with a boy. And I said, and a big wig. And he said, okay. And then Mickey, of course, backed me up. So that's what we did. And I just love that little scene in that movie.
Skin Traffic was another one you did with Mickey, and also Daryl Hannah, who, your friend from the Pope of Greenwich Village.
From 1983, yeah.
Yeah.
Daryl's the coolest, man. Daryl is also one of those people who is aged gracefully.
Right.
She's always been Daryl.
Have you ever thought about directing ever yourself?
I've been asked to direct maybe 200 things. I've said no 200 times because I'm not up to it, dude. I'm not that smart. I'm an actor. I love what I do, and I'm good at what I do. Let's hold it there.
I'll take you back to The Killers, the film clip that you were in with them, Mr. Brightside.
Yeah.
You and Isabella Miko. Well, that was something different. How did that come about?
What's her name?
Isabella Miko.
No.
Sophie Mueller.
Sophie Mueller. She called me, will you come be in my video? Simple as that. And I said no. And then all my kids, all three of them said, what's wrong with you? What are you doing? So I called her back and I said, can I be in your video? I made a boo-boo. The kids told me I really messed up. She goes, of course you can. I really want you to be in this. So we made this incredible video. And from that video, it went platinum, of course. I got all these other offers to be in videos. And then all my videos all went platinum. So I became video platinum. Who knew?
You have some links to Australia. Of course, you were with Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight.
Right.
I'll ask you about him, but firstly, I'll go back even further. The Coca Cola Kid. How about fantastic was that? Or was that good memories or not so much?
Oh, what a lovable movie. What a lovable movie. And
It
what a
sure was.
lovable country you've got, dude. I love Australia. But I made a mistake. I got on a train in Sydney and I
Yeah.
took it to Perth. That is a boring train ride, dude. A lot of sand, okay? But that was also back in 1984, 84, 85. So
Yeah, 85.
Perth was still a small place. It was
Yeah.
not, it was not what it is now. And it was cool, man. It was really special.
And how did you find Heath on the set of Dark Knight? I got to interview him once, thankfully, and he was a lovely bloke. He was very cool.
Very approachable, very sweet, very humble, very funny. Like we were told, be careful, man. He's really into this part. He like shows up with all the bad guys on, and he's got this big monologue, 3-page monologue, just the whole thing in rehearsal and cut. And he turns to us, how am I doing? And we all applaud. You're doing great, dude. And he was just he was clean. He was sweet. He was approachable.
Do you transmit fear? Do people get scared when they're around you? Or they just go, oh, it's only Eric Roberts?
Well, let me tell you a really funny story. Ever since the movie I made called Star 80, I will
Yes.
walk down the street, and that was a long time ago now. I will walk down the street and I will see women see me from way down the street and recognize me. And I will see them cross the street.
Wow.
They don't want to deal with me. And I apparently scare women because I've abused a lot of women in my movies, to be honest. It's
Yeah.
not their fault.
Now, I have a DVD copy of a movie that you and Eliza did called Love is a Gun, which I
I'm
watched.
so
again
proud of that movie. Thank you.
It's different, but it's fantastic. I love it.
Thank you so much. That was such a hard movie to make. And we all really miss Kelly Preston. We love Kelly so much.
Oh, of course. Yeah, yeah. Well, to wrap it up, what can you tell me a little bit more about this new movie of yours, The Surprise Visit? Why should people watch it? Because, you know, it's different for you and it's just got a really good story, but in your own words, The Surprise Visit.
It's a true story. And the surprise is it has something for everybody, in that it's all our fear, it's all our hopes, it's all our mistakes in one little movie. Who knew?
Look, congratulations. Before I stop recording, let me just say thank you very much for your time today. I loved meeting you in person, but this is like the next best thing. And it's my birthday tomorrow. So this is like a birthday present.
Happy birthday.
Thank you,
Happy
mate.
birthday. How old are we?
Yeah.
I'm going to be 51.
You look 33. Well done.
Well, I appreciate that. I just had a shave. Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe it is, but you look good, dude.
Thank you very much, Eric. I'll stop